Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Planet Hogman. I'm very happy you all are joining me again. And tonight, man, I honestly don't even know if I should be talking about this. I mean, I got guns, but apparently the Clintons have a SWAT team. Eesh. Or they got the dude from Assassin's Creed, or they have somebody. They got Agent 47. That's who they have. They got 47. For those of you who do not know, it's in the title. Another person. This man was a reporter that broke the story about Bill Clinton meeting with, I can't remember her name, Loretta Lynch. There it is. On the tarmac where they apparently took a flight together. And this was the lady who was in charge of the Hillary Clinton scandal with the deleted emails, and we all know how that ended. So this man who broke this story was found dead this past weekend. And actually, as an exclusive to all of you for tuning in, see, I go the extra mile for you. I do. I actually have the official coroner's report in front of me. You can't see it, but I will read it to you. Okay. It says, that can't be right. Bill Clinton assisted suicide. That can't be. I've heard of physician assisted suicide, but Bill Clinton assisted suicide. I don't know what that means. All right. Well, anyway, I have the New York Post up. We're going to do a little light reading today, ladies and gentlemen. So I am on the New York Post website. And of course, it'll be down in the description for you to peruse at your leisure. And the title reads, Christopher Sine, Alabama news anchor who broke Clinton tarmac story, dead at 45. The Alabama TV anchor who broke news of the infamous 2016 tarmac meeting between former President Bill Clinton and then Attorney General Loretta Lynch died Saturday in an apparent suicide, according to reports and his employer. Christopher Sine, age 45, was found dead by Hoover, Alabama police around 8:13 a.m. Saturday after cops received a call of a, quote, a person down at his Scout Trace home, according to AI.com. Or maybe that's AI? Yeah, that's probably AI. The former college football player death is being investigated as a suicide. Hoover Lieutenant Keith, oh my God, what is his name? Zekleba, that's probably what it is, said, according to the outlet. Quote, Chris was a tremendous leader in our newsroom, end quote, wrote ABC 3340 Sine's outlet in a Saturday tribute to the reporter. Quotation continues, quote, he worked with our reporting staff on a daily basis, but also worked behind the scenes with the I-team and with news managers on coverage of major events. End quote. The obituary continued. Oh, it's still going. Wow. You were very likely to get an email from him with a story idea in the middle of the night. He was passionate about journalism, and it showed. And showed it in each and every day as he pushed himself and his colleagues to be the best. Sine had 3 sons with his wife Laura, whom he met at the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, in the 1990s, where he manned the offensive line for the school's football squad, and she starred as an all-SEC volleyball player, according to local ABC affiliate. Sine's Instagram account told the story of a devoted dad with photos showing him spending quality time with his family as recently as last week. Jamie Hale, the network's sports anchor, tweeted the sad story with a message of grief. Quote, "I can't believe we have an article with this title," she wrote Saturday. "It doesn't feel real. We were in the office together last night, cutting up like we always do." "I don't understand why," Hale continued. "I can't talk about you in the past tense. The grief today is unbearable." Eric Land, the vice president and general manager of ABC 3340, issued a statement echoing the heartbreak. Quote, "Our deepest sympathy is shared with Christopher's loving family and close friends," he said. "We've lost a revered colleague whose indelible imprint will serve forever as a hallmark of decency, honesty, and journalist integrity," Land added. "We can only hope to carry on his legacy. May his memory be for blessing." The Dallas area native headed to Alabama in 2017 to anchor the ABC station's evening news show after working for a TV station in Phoenix. While there, Sign broke the major 2016 presidential campaign news that Bill Clinton met with Lynch on the tarmac of Phoenix's Sky Harbor Airport, while the then AG was investigating the use of a private email server by Hillary Clinton, the former president's wife and the Democratic presidential candidate at the time. Sign went on to write a book about the encounter titled Secret on the Tarmac. "We knew something had occurred that was a bit unusual," Sign told Fox and Friends in February 2020 ahead of the book's release. "It was a planned meeting. It was not a coincidence." Sign went on to tell Fox that the investigation made his life a living hell, with his family receiving death threats. Quote, "My family received significant death threats shortly after breaking this story," he said. "Credit cards hacked, my children, we have code words, we have secret code words that they know what to do." And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the article. So, for those of you who don't know, or maybe just it was just a blur of words and political horseshit to you, this all goes back to the Hillary Clinton server where she used a government computer for personal reasons. And then she had a backup that she would use to offload some files. And then when she was under investigation and they said, "Hey, we need to see those files," they magically ended up being deleted. And this man, well, she was under investigation, and Loretta Lynch was the person heading that investigation. And it just so happened her and Bill Clinton took a flight together. Oh, man. And this man was brave enough to break that story. And this is how you know this is real life and not Hollywood. Because you see that kind of stuff in Hollywood movies where that one intrepid reporter goes undercover and breaks the story and risks everything, and people come to their house and Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up with balloons. John Kruger. And then they share the truth with the public and everybody's outraged and the bad guy gets caught. Yeah, not really. In real life, you just die. And then the news lies about it. And then nothing happens. But you can't put that in a movie. It never ceases to amaze me that essentially, prison, going to jail, that's for people like you and I. That's for us. That's not for them. They do far worse things than we do. And the most we get out of it is, just a big top in the courtroom. Just a show where you have somebody pretend like they're really going to hammer her and a judge sitting there with his brows furrowed, And then the cameras turn off, and then they go out somewhere to some yacht somewhere, and they laugh about it. But nothing ever changes. These people don't go to jail. Obama doesn't go to jail. Hillary doesn't go to jail. None of them do. Pelosi doesn't go to jail. None of them go to jail. That's for you and I. And what do you call that? When you have a system where there are essentially classes. Because that's essentially what this is. This is the political class, the political elites. What do you call that when these people don't go to jail and the rules kind of don't apply to them the way it applies to you? As a matter of fact, they don't apply at all. You have your name associated with an island where pedophilia was going on. You have a picture of you with an underage girl rubbing your shoulders in the airport. You have all this evidence of you, and what will happen? You will be locked up, to quote the infamous Grady Judd, faster than quick. Not them. You see them do things in front of you, like Epstein accidentally suiciding himself in protective custody. And another one. Another suicide, huh? Bill Clinton assisted suicide. Well, I tell you what. The Clinton cartel, man. They are bumping people off. And nothing will come of it. Sure, I'm sure there will be some little, some investigation. It'll probably be Ted Cruz screaming that, oh, we need to investigate this. Although I don't know if he wants to step in these waters. And they'll have a court proceeding for like a week until people get bored with it and forget about it because nothing's actually happening. And then it'll all go away. And this man who did his job as a journalist, well, the sad truth is he died for really nothing. Because nothing will come of this. And sure, you can try to glean some kind of moral victory, but sell that to his family. Ask them if they'd rather have the moral victory or him home with the kids. Or their life back. And I was thinking today, I understand the French Revolution. I understand what drove those peasants to storm the castle, to storm the palace, drag, who was it, Louis the 13th and Marie Antoinette out of that castle, stick them in that guillotine and cut their heads off. I understand, because that's what it's going to take here. You can't rely on the justice system. It's in their pocket. You just saw in the article, or you just heard, but you can see, I put it in the description. You just heard the Attorney General, the top of the line, was on the flight with him. They were having a nice conversation ahead of her investigating his wife, and nothing happened. There's your justice system right there. The justice system, again, is for you and I. It's not for them. So what do you call that? That is a serfdom, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually, we're back in feudal times somehow. We've made it back to the feudal era. And I mean feudal as in, knights, not futile. Although you could make that argument as well. I don't understand how people, because you still have people defending this, saying that this is a smear on Hillary Clinton. This is a smear on the Clintons. The people who are amongst us that are defending this, you got to be careful what you say online, but, Agent 47 should go after them. Because anybody who can rationalize this as anything other than the Clinton cartel doing what the Clinton cartel does is a danger to you and me. They're willfully ignorant. They are willfully ignorant. And those are the kind of people that these people, the Clintons, the political elites, that's the kind of people they look for. Those are your gatekeepers. The ones who know it's a lie, but they still will go along with it. You know, just like, oh my God, what was that movie? The Matrix. Man, almost lost it. And they're making a fourth one, which I don't know how I feel about that. But where homeboy, the guy who ends up betraying him, where he's eating the steak next to Agent Smith, and he's like, I know that this isn't real, but you know what? I don't care. I would say it's tragic. And it is tragic that this man lost his life, but it was predictable too. And you read the major news outlets, and they're already framing this as a suicide. A whole lot of suicides happening around the Clintons. People who are pointing the finger at them. A whole lot of suicides. And like I said, I don't see any way that this ends other than with the people dragging them out into the streets and giving them street justice. Because there is no other kind. Your court system is bought and paid for. Your police are bought and paid for. And I mean police, shit, these people don't deal with the police. They deal with the FBI. And they, bought and paid for. Comey, who was part of that investigation, by the way. And it's the same names that keep popping up with the word corruption. But we're not supposed to connect the dots. Because like I said in an earlier video, they want you to believe what they tell you, not what you see. See, it's almost like they have a puzzle. One of those old school puzzles that had the box, 1,000 pieces with the picture on the front. But they're going to take the cover off and they're going to show you one piece at a time. Just one piece. And they'll tell you what it is. Say it's a puzzle of, I don't know, a mountain. And they'll show you a piece of it. And they'll say, well, this is a cake. This is a dog. This is a car. This is a house. But the second you look at those pieces by yourself and say, no, hold on. What happens if I connect this one to this one? Oh, okay. Now, if I connect this one and I connect this one and I connect this looks like something in nature. This looks like nothing like what you said it was. Well, now you're a conspiracy theorist. Don't you dare put the pieces together. That's what we're for. We being the media elites. That's what they're for. To tell you what to think. And I'm here to tell you, you're better off trusting your gut nowadays. You are far better off trusting your gut because these people lie. And they know that they're lying, but they still do it. Because there is a significant portion of our population that is willfully ignorant. It is a shame that Christopher Stein lost his life doing his job. But it's more of a shame that nothing is going to happen. Nothing's going to come of this. Anyway, folks, that's what I got for you today. And hey, well, hold on. Before we pull the plug, hold on. Because I don't know, right? I'm applying my own speculation. So I want to be fair. He very well may have committed suicide. He may have. I'm completely open to that being a possibility, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The man just released a book. And most people, when they get that book deal, they don't go off themselves after the book deal. 2020, it's only been a year since that book deal. Usually they're out still spending the money, doing the tours. He was a family man. I just have a hard time. There's a lot of evidence to me that makes the idea that this was a suicide hard to believe. Then, of course, there's that guy, Jeffrey Epstein, who just so happened to do the same thing when he was going to point the finger at them as well. That damn Clinton cartel, boy, they don't mess around. Anyway, folks, that's what I got for you today. If I make it through the night, we will do this again tomorrow. And if not, it wasn't fucking suicide, okay? Get the guillotines. They got me. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.